What's up, guys? I'm about to share with you a Reddit upvote strategy that will allow you to get 20 to 50 or more subs per day on OnlyFans from Reddit that my agency uses ourselves to maximize our own results when it comes to driving new subscribers to OnlyFans from organically posting on Reddit. If you're sick and tired of your Reddit posts not getting nearly as much traction as they deserve when you post, this video's for you. So let's talk about it. So if you've been in OnlyFans management for the past 6 months, you know by now that using upvote bots, which were traditionally used to upvote posts on Reddit, can get very risky very fast if you don't have the absolute most strategic approach and careful touch. Back earlier this year, around the March time when Reddit IPO'd, we saw this extreme change with how much more strict Reddit was at getting with upvote bots. And because of that, we were experiencing a ton more suspensions and bans with our Reddit accounts that we were using. Last year, you could literally go absolutely fucking crazy with upvote bots and not have to worry nearly as much, but now it's literally not the case at all anymore. So it's forced a lot of people to find alternative options when it comes to upvoting posts when using Reddit organically. So building an internal Reddit upvote farm is what we did. Sure, you can still use Reddit upvote bots with suicide methods on Reddit, which can still be, of course, extremely effective. You just have to make sure that the process of consistently cycling through new proxies and new accounts is fluid and autonomous. But this video is literally not going to be about that. I'm talking about supplementing and positively manipulating the more common and long-term approach of posting organically on Reddit without any risks of bans. Even if the content that's getting posted is perfect and exactly fits the niche of the subreddit that you're posting on, your post chances of getting to the top of the hot page from each subreddit is severely limited without a little help, because you're literally leaving it up to luck, and I don't fucking like leaving things up to luck. So I'm gonna explain this from a high level right now. The purpose of upvoting posts on Reddit is because if posts get more upvotes than other posts on the subreddit that you're posting on, then it'll get seen by more people because it'll be at the top of the top and hot sections of the subreddit, which means more people see it and also means more people get curious about seeing more of your creator. What we do is that we'll set up a bunch of different and separate proxies on anti-detect browsers and create Reddit accounts on each proxy so that they're viewed by Reddit as being completely independent of each other. If you don't do this, it won't work because Reddit will realize that the accounts that are upvoting are coming from the exact same IP, and you'll get chain banned for upvote manipulation. Once created, we give our VAs access to these proxies and accounts. Well, they'll be in communication with the VAs who actually do the posts on the main Reddit account every single day in order to allow them to communicate and upvote the posts shortly after they're made. The upvote VAs have access to all the slave accounts and proxies, and we instruct them on a process to organically find the posts on Reddit individually and repeat them for each slave account and each subreddit a post gets made on from the main page. Finding these posts organically is extremely important. You do not want to just go straight to the model's main Reddit page and upvote everything on her page. Both the slave accounts and the mother account will all get banned for doing this, so you have to find them organically by finding the subreddit naturally and scrolling the feed. And yes, I know this is a very manual and time-consuming process, but it's 100% safe if executed correctly, which is the most important thing. All right, so I'm gonna change gears here and share my screen and show you everything from A to Z as to how a self-made Reddit upvote farm should be built, how it operates, and how it should be organized, and so on. So let's go. All right, guys, so here we are. So first I wanna talk a little bit about how you're going to build this out and the platforms you should be using to be able to successfully build out a Reddit upvote farm, right? So I've already mentioned that each Reddit upvote slave account should be built on separate proxies on anti-detect browsers, right? And the anti-detect browsers that we've used are Incogniton, like the one I have here in front of my screen. And then I have Dolphin Anti, which is another one that's been really good for us. And then AdsPower as well. So AdsPower is the one that is probably the shittiest user interface, but it is the cheapest, right? So if you're looking to save some money on this, then I would use AdsPower. Just be aware that the user interface is extremely archaic. So just be conscious of that. The other ones, if you want to pay just a little bit more money, you'll get a better user interface. So keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to the proxy portion of this, as an agency and as you continue to grow, you're going to have a need for more and more proxies, right? For different purposes, whether it's Twitter, OnlyFans, whatever, right? And so as you start to scale, you should be using these proxies and double dipping with them, right? For multiple purposes, setting up different profiles for each one, and then slowly scaling this Reddit upvote farm by simply reusing proxies that you're using for other purposes. This way, this is not that much of an added expense to be able to scale out a Reddit upvote farm if you're reusing these proxies, and it'll only benefit your Reddit methods in the long run. So now I actually want to demonstrate the process of what it would look like to actually go through and upvote a post using this method, right? So let's say I'm the VA and I want to go out and I want to go ahead and upvote the post, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that this gets done organically. And what that means is that the Reddit upvote VA who does this cannot just go directly to the user's profile and see all the posts on the profile and then just upvote each one of those. Because if you do that, Reddit will notice that and you'll get banned for upvote manipulation, right? It's really, really important you do not go directly to the user's page, right? So instead, what you need to do is you need to set up a line of communication between the Reddit VAs who make the posts and the upvote VAs, so that the Reddit VAs who make the posts, they send a list of the subreddits that get posted for each model that you have, and then the upvote VAs can make a note of that and then organically find the post. So I'm gonna go ahead and show this. So let's use this user for an example. This user I know made a post on r/tight dresses today. Let's say that was communicated to me as the Reddit upvote VA, right? So I'm aware that they did that. I do not come here and I do not upvote each one of these things. Do not do that. That is a cardinal sin of this entire method and it will get you banned. So don't be an idiot. Don't do that. Instead, what you're going to do is be like, okay, great. So this is the user. You go over here and you literally search that subreddit. So tight dresses, boom. So you go here as if you're a fan. Normally what it'll look like is it won't look like this. It'll look like this instead. We always want to sort by compact though, because it is easier to find posts by doing this, right? You don't have to load as many posts, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down and load some. I don't remember how long ago she posted or whatever, but what you can do here is literally grab this, do Control F. Oh, doesn't look like it loaded yet, so I probably didn't go far down enough yet. There it is. It's right here, 2 days ago. So then you would simply upvote this one, and then that's it. So then you move on to the next slave account in your proxy, right? You just go down the list, and you go to each one, and you do this exact same process where you search it manually, search the subreddit manually, and then scroll down, and then do it. And the purpose of this is because when you give it upvotes, you're positively manipulating it so that it gets boosted on the hot page of the subreddit, which will in turn get you more eyes on your creator and get you more subscriptions on OnlyFans. And by the way, guys, this individual, Lindy5530, I have no affiliation with. I have no idea who this is, so don't worry about that. I was just using them as an example. But now I want to transition and show you guys a little bit of the organizational strategy that we use when we're doing this, right? I keep referencing that there needs to be a level of communication between the posting VAs and the upvote VAs. So I'm gonna show you that right now. So check this out. So we build out sheets similar to this. Our sheets are a little bit more in depth than this, but this is a kind of a demo sheet that I wanted to pull up. And so what this is that this is how they will communicate. So the individuals who make the posts, they will put the list of subreddits that they posted on for that day, right? They'll put it right here underneath model 1. So model 1, they made posts on these pages right here, right? And so what the check marks are here for is for the upvote VA. So okay, so subreddit 1 had all these posts, so go ahead and check that one off once all the slave accounts have liked the posts, right? So they'll go down and do this every single day. This is a living and breathing sheet because this will be changing at all times, and this is the communication that you're looking for. And then there usually should have some sort of group chat that explains when the post is done. If you don't do this stuff, this will get extremely convoluted and it'll be extremely sloppy, and it won't go anywhere, right? You have to have a level of organization to be able to do this, right? So that's what it looks like as far as the organization goes of the posting VAs and the upvote VAs. Now, we have typically another sheet that will explain the proxies and the slave accounts, and just have a high level overview of what that looks like from an organizational standpoint and who's assigned to each one, right? So if you have multiple VAs doing this, then this is what you would be looking at, right? So you'd be looking at a sheet that shows which proxy is assigned to which profile, to which Reddit slave account, to which VA, right? And this will give you a bird's eye view as to what exactly is going on here. But all of this is extremely important, right? So the more models you have, the more that you need to be organized, and this is how you're going to do it. It's a very straightforward process once you set up some organization like this, and it'll help make this a lot more efficient as well on your VAs. So when it comes to the labor and manpower for this operation, there are two types of VAs here: VAs who make the posts and VAs who do the upvotes. Communication between the Reddit posting VAs and the Reddit upvote VAs is absolutely essential. The VAs who do the posts should be updating the upvote VAs as to when they start and finish posting. A quicker reaction time between posting and upvoting is always going to yield better results. So if the upvote VA can start upvoting immediately after the posts have been made, your chances of getting to the top of the hot page on the subreddit is going to be so much better. We have toyed around with the idea of our posting VAs also doing the upvotes so that it's immediate every single time. However, we found that we can get more work done with less manpower when we have VAs dedicated to a singular task of posting for multiple models, and then VAs dedicated to a singular task of upvoting for multiple models, rather than one VA multitasking and switching back and forth between tasks, right? Better to keep their headspace on one task, and they'll be much more efficient with their time since they're doing one thing on repeat rather than changing gears back and forth. Last thing I'm going to touch on here is that when it comes to the number of VAs that need to be hired for these tasks to be completed on a daily basis, what we've learned is that an effective practical workload is that a posting VA, so like the VA who makes the Reddit post, can efficiently handle the posts for about 4 models per day, and an upvote VA can handle about 6 models daily. Once you get beyond those numbers for each type of VA, you should consider hiring second and third VAs to help with the additional workload as you continue to scale. Dream big, guys. You're gonna get fucking big, and we're all gonna make it. But that's it, guys. Spend some time working on building this out, and let this be the motor for your Reddit traffic and see the subs and money come flying in. But other than that, as always, I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.